G'day, welcome to the MacPack.
We're back.
My name's Jamie Kenner, and to my left this week, and onto the man on the panel, most likely to own a Stanley Cup. It's my little brother Joe. How are you, Joe boy?
Yes, I want to win that Stanley Cup. I've been practicing my hockey good.
And to my right, coming in 6-1 as he does each and every week, is the baby brother of the pack. Who we call Ginger Boy? Ginger Boy, how are you?
Stanley Cup for me? Nah, Stanley Knife, dude.
Stanley Knife Guy.
A Kneve.
There we go. We're kicking things off this week by chatting about the Stanley Cup revolution that is taking place across the nation.
Oh, yeah.
Joe, you're also playing a bit of Love Train with a dear friend of
yes,
yours.
yes.
We're going to chat about psychics. We've got some RTR chat to discuss later on in the ep.
Radio.
I've got a hero that I need to work out who it is before we get to it. Plus, Joey's taking this week's joke of the week. Well, it's a lot to back up after my big performance last week. Let's see if he can do it. It's a massive ep. Let's get into it. Boys!
Brother Mingo.
How are we? Are we all well? Is Riley in attendance?
Yeah, just got some devastating news via the text line, but it's okay.
Oh, do you want to tell us?
Oh, no, it's just my volleyball team is disbanding.
You didn't know you had one.
Yeah.
I can't play, hence the disband.
What do you mean?
Oh, no, it's not tonight. It's just a few of us that aren't in it anymore.
But who?
Wait,
where
when
were
you say
in it?
anymore, that means you have to have actually been in it. To
Yeah, we
start
never
with.
played a game, but we aspired to.
Where?
How long has this been in the
Oh,
talks?
it's just my uni mates wanted to play. And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of keen, but I can't with my jaw.
I'll ask again. When did this start?
3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
They haven't played a game yet.
And-
First game's next week.
But
Or
you've already-
maybe tomorrow.
You've already bought the tiny shorts.
yeah.
The long socks.
But they wanted to play beach, but inside beach. I
Yeah.
was like,
Into the
fuck
beach.
that.
That's pretty good though, because that way you've got like.
You're so slow on your feet. Anyway,
Yeah, but it's good when you're diving. You can make dives.
yeah, but a real
A real
volleyball
volleyballer.
player, yeah, would just dive on the hard court. No wazzers, mate.
Yeah, that's why you wear your
wazzers.
knee pads.
Yeah, facts.
His knee pads. You're pretty used to those knee pads. You need to wear your knee pads all the time, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Especially when the boys get the tarp out around the
No,
Anyway.
not many other sports have beach version, you know.
Yeah, beach cricket's cool.
Yeah, do you remember beach cricket? They tried to do the whole. We're getting.
It was one hand, one bounce, wasn't that a
This
rule?
is not what was on the sheet. Boys, we're chatting about Stanley Cups shortly.
Yep.
But before we do, I need to issue, and it's very, very rare that I do this, but an apology is going to come over the MacPack podcast on episode 174 to get things underway.
What happened?
Yeah, well, quite literally, yeah, it is. It is quite late to apologise. Over the weekend, I was away, and it got brought to my attention by the one and only Taylor, who she's come up a few times. There may have even been a story within the last 7 days that has been released that was centered largely around potentially her.
Maybe.
A
Yeah.
figure that
Who
would
knows?
have, someone who would seem quite
no.
similar to
I
her.
was starting to think what might have happened.
That was fine. That went through by the by
Oh, cool.
Oh.
because we don't know. It might not have been
Who
her.
knows,
It's
yeah.
a mystery.
Oh yeah, no.
But anyone with like half a brain would probably be able to work it out.
She was robbing Anaconda.
But what she brought my attention to, she is a bit of a looser listener to what she used to be.
Hate to see it.
Yeah, so do I, to be honest.
From the beloved.
From the less than, she's losing the beloveds.
Yeah.
She drew my attention.
Say what you want. She's not going to listen.
Yeah, exactly. She told me, we were talking about the episode, particularly a story that sounded very similar to some semantics from the week before, right?
Yep.
And she goes, I actually tuned into the bit about the cockroach, the episode about the cockroach, which turned out to be episode 169, which you discussed.
Yeah.
Episode 169, Dinner for Two. And then, so what ended up happening in that episode? She goes, yeah, I listened to the start of that. And it was really funny. Like, I liked how you left that bit in at the start.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
no.
And I went, what do you mean?
Oh, shit. Oh, this could be really bad.
is this on the audio or on the YouTube?
That's
gotta
on
be.
the audio.
Thank God.
Which
Oh,
is
this could be
still
really
our
bad.
primary location for how people listen to the podcast. And while this is an apology, we'll get to it. So what basically I'm alluding to is that she listened to the episode, and sometimes I mentioned last week, one take wonders. Sometimes the intros are just one take wonders. This week, one take wonder. Fantastic. It's all we want. We then, often after we do the intro, we just down tools for a bit. We do a bit of high-fiving, bit of slapping each other on the bums.
Circle jerk.
Yeah, there's all sorts
More of
of
a triangle.
Then we got to clean up. Yeah, get the towels down. Yeah. And then we do the boys with all the added enthusiasm from hitting a successful one and done intro, right? Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes we do the intro a few times. And many moons ago, the avid fan who used to watch the episodes and listen to the episodes would see that I had a laptop here. And I used to edit on the fly. If I did a bad take, which was very far and few between, I'd just quickly edit and delete so that when I edited later, I didn't have to worry about that. You would have noticed that the computer's moved. And it hasn't moved to this side. And I know we did a bit of blaming of you earlier because last week's episode on YouTube, you hardly...
The camera was on the piss.
You couldn't see much. But this, episode 169, well, the computer now sits over there.
Yep.
Joey.
And sometimes there is a few takes that Joe decides, creative decisions and all. We're going to leave them in.
Well, sometimes you do pick...
And we're going to hope that Jake, just listens back.
To the entire...
And...
59 minutes.
Yeah, and hits play when it should. And for episode 169, I neglected to do that. And I would love to play it back, but a few hundred people have already listened to that episode, and so they'd be hearing it already.
Yeah.
But essentially what happened was we did a bit of a chat.
Yeah, nice.
Did a bit of a, hey, gun, how do we start? No, before that. It's the actual intro, which is...
The music was playing.
Sometimes less risky than the others because sometimes we like to, me in particular, say a bit of stuff that's probably not appropriate, specifically because it's a joke, right? It's like, oh, how funny would this be if this went to air, okay? Yeah. Because the mics are on, Joe hits play, Riley hits that, and then I do basically the least PC stuff you've ever heard, and then we cut it because
it's real bad.
If we shared, we could make a full episode about even last week. Do you remember last week's? I watched Downsizing. It was and in my head, I was freaking out about what could have gone to air. Quickly checked the stats. A few hundred people had listened to that, and I was shitting at my dacks. Went back and listened. It's basically me going, welcoming you. Yeah. You said something, came back to me, and I went, sorry, fuck that. Let's go again. And then we went again. So the damage wasn't too bad. Oh, yeah. But as a listener, to start your Friday with the
wrong way,
with a false start, it's not great. I mean, here we go. Let's rip into the pod, and then 8 seconds later, you're like, hang on, bring it back. We're gonna do it again. Hang on.
Oh, was it really early, or was it toward the end where you just missed it?
No, that would have been quite sad. Because imagine someone listening to 4 of them in a row, me swearing, throwing the table. No, it was literally just me going, throw to Joe. He said something. I don't know what he said, and then I went, that was shit. I think I said, that was shit. Let's do it again. But anyway, what I want to say, firstly, I want to apologize to everyone.
Is it still up?
I edited it immediately and took it down.
Yeah.
But what I do want
5 weeks later.
Yeah. But what I do want to say is massive apology. But secondly, we talk so lovingly about our community. And so many of you had listened to it, and not one of you... we get DMs about all sorts of weird shit. Not one of you went, oh, by the way, you guys, you might just want to listen back to the intro. There's an error.
Yeah, come on, guys. Lift it.
So it's sort of on you guys.
It's a bit of a group
effort.
We're a big team. We're all part of the pack. You can't burn the leaders of the pack.
That was a test.
Yeah, you all failed. But what I want to hear, because I didn't then take a grand inquiry and go back and listen to any of the other ones. So what I want to say now, and none of us really listen back to the apps, do we really?
No. I'm barely listening now.
It's just terrifying. Huh? But what I do want to say is that if you are listening and there is something that pops up, please let us know ASAP, because some of the times I say some stuff that could very well mean it is the last episode we will ever record. So if you can get in nice and early, it would be fantastically wonderful, not only for the podcast, but probably for my career. So
in everything.
Yeah. It's an apology on my behalf, but it is a do better on your behalf as well. Fair enough?
Yeah, lift your game, guys.
All right, well, we're done with that. We'll take a quick little break. We'll recollaborate, and then we'll get back into the episode. And this is all going to stay in, all right? We love it. Alrighty, boys. All the risque stuff it's just happened then. So hopefully you didn't hear it. Hopefully you didn't hear it. If you did hear it, this is your test.
Message us.
Quick. What we're going to chat about was Stanley Cups.
Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cups. I was going to throw to Joe, but I reckon you've got no idea what we're talking about. Stanley Cups.
Stanley Cup is a fashionable cup that is trending at the moment.
Yeah, they're back in vogue from all reports. I just want to quickly, probably should have done the research earlier on, but
So it's similar to like a Frank Green, but it's got a straw.
yeah, and a weird
It
little
looks like
handle.
It's almost like a thermos.
It's like a mug and a cup and a sippy cup. Like there's just so much going on. There's too much going on for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. But what I want to talk about is the fact that, firstly, the Stanley Cup is a trophy, and that's not helping with the Google search. But the Stanley Cup, again, it's just going to keep doing it. So it used to be for like builders. It used to be like a big thermos cup that you could take to work.
Like with a packed lunch.
Yeah, and I would be very surprised if we didn't already have one. My dad was a brickie for fucking 40, 50 years.
Yeah, yeah.
He'd have us one of these, I'm sure.
Yeah, you
But
put your soup in there, you put your coffee in there.
Yeah, but what they've done now is essentially they've rebranded. They've made them like pastel colours. All the influencers are in on it, and they are now sort of the biggest competitor to your Frank Green.
Yeah.
And to your Yetis and whatnot. The cups themselves are not cheap. I'll let you. Here we go. Quick little game of how much would I pay? Right.
Joe, what do you say?
$50.
75.
Yeah, Joe's shit at this game, mate. $76. Right?
Oh my god, what a guess!
There you go. So yeah, they're basically like big tumbler cups. So have a look at them. They're pretty hectic.
How many liters? Is it
This is US, so 40 Oz. Not sure
40
what
ounces.
that means.
Ounces, yeah.
40 Oz. Yeah.
That's far.
It's pretty hectic. They've taken the world by storm, guys.
I feel like every 6 months there's a new bottle.
There is, yeah.
And the whole point is that you're meant to have your bottle. It's good. You're not using your plastics.
Yep.
You've got but you've got this. If you buy a Frank Green one, unless you like, I don't know, drop it off a cliff, that'll last you. It's pretty solid metal.
Oh,
Yep.
God, yeah.
100%. Now, you're big on the environment is probably the safest way to put it. Run us through like what you've got a little Camelback.
I got a Camelback, yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Camelback. You know, like they do, you can buy a little backpack and it's got a water bottle in it. That's what they're famous for. Camelback. It's like camping, hiking shit.
Yeah, yours is just plastic there.
Yep, plastic, but it's BPA free,
Yeah.
which is what you gotta get.
That's what everyone's after these days. BPA free. Apparently BPA can kill you. I've found.
BPA is not good.
BPA can cause cancer.
Yeah, it's so can most things.
Not ideal.
Stanley Cups have originated in 1913, which means they're over a year old. They're a year and 10 years old. Sorry, 100 years. They're over 110 years. Did I say over a year?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're not wrong.
I mean, you are right.
But yeah, they're basically like a big steel portion bottle, right? We don't have to explain them too much. What I want to get at, what you wanted to discuss plastic use, because I will never pay for one of these. I will never pay.
Spent 5 minutes explaining.
I will never pay for like a bottle like that. I just think they're the worst. I would much prefer, and I know it's silly, but like I drink water out of like
the hose.
no, like out of a Powerade. So like, I'll drink my Powerade, for example.
Yeah,
And then
BPA full.
That's not good for you.
Get me. I want BPA. Give me all the BPA. Inject BPA.
Dies.
What is that? What BPA is? Is that in here?
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. The plastic.
Probably,
has
yeah.
BPA.
It says isotonics. Is that a potassium, sodium, calcium,
FIFA.
magnesium?
No, it's
No mention of the BPA.
yeah, because it's a bad thing. They don't want to advertise.
Do you also leave it like that would sit in your car and then you
Oh, for months. Yeah.
Sometimes.
melting the plastic into the water is also not good.
That's the cancer.
But is it bad to use out of them?
I don't think it's advised.
But I feel like these are so dirty as well. Have you ever like watched someone clean out a Frank Green?
No, never.
Mate, green's pretty accurate. That shit is like fungus filled, man. That shit's fucked.
They're so
Yeah, well, this was clear when I bought it.
That's what I mean.
They're so heavy, and like when they're full, they literally weigh like 1.5 kilos.
Taylor walks around with hers.
Carrying.
This thing is huge, and it's got like one little silicone
You need like 2
strap.
hands to grip the cup.
Yeah, not wrong. And then you got to pick the water bottle up. Anyway, but you got like this silicon little strap.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
And
It's so inconvenient.
When it's full, the thing would be stretching down to the ground. Fucking heavy gun.
As with the drink bottle again. But
Yeah,
then they were
it's not
selling,
ideal.
Bunnings were selling those little, like, they were basically just like pipe that you could put into your
It
car.
was PVC.
A
It was
PVC pipe that you could put into your
adapter.
car so that it would fit a Frank Green water bottle. Give me a spell.
Yeah.
Grow
That
up.
is funny. Those ones are mad. This is great. It fits in my cup holder. It's great because at work we have small glasses. So you got to go to refill your glass so much. But this, it'll last me for a while.
But do you pay? How much do you pay for that?
$20.
Ooh.
See, that's high. You
Ooh.
can buy so many of these. For $20.
No, you get red juice in these.
You get a little bit of
Yeah, red juice. The
Yeah,
red juice.
yeah, Powerade to start, and then it just becomes like a water, and they freeze so quick. Like you can't put that in the freezer, can you?
No, it'll crack
Why
the
would
plastic.
I? Why would I put my water bottle
Does
in
it?
the freezer?
Is it? Does it stay, keep water cold? No.
Mm.
No, it's not like infused. What do you call it? Insulated.
Insulated. No, it's not insulated.
So it's just getting hot.
Waste of time.
Well,
See,
usually
I freeze these. I put a bit of cordial in these. The health kick that I am. Put a bit of cordial. Freeze them up. Bloody perfect summer treat.
you walk around with a fucking plastic block eyes.
Yeah, but
cancer
it's just. Alrighty, boys, it's time for one of our favourite segments. I just admit it. It's honestly the segment I get the most nervous for. It is one of our absolute favourites. I think it's because it has to do with giving and receiving and giving and receiving and giving and receiving love. We call our friends, we say I love you, and we hope they say it back.
People all over the world,
Join in.
let's start a love train. A love train. People all over the world,
Join in.
let's start a love train. A love train.
The next goal will make better be a man.
So warn your folks, your friends, in fact it might even be you. We hope you know it's time to get on board.
This love train better keep riding and riding and riding 'cause of you.
People all over the world,
Join in.
let's start a love train. A love train. People all over the world,
Join in.
let's start a love train. A love train.
There we go. So we just got taken away there by the tunes we were dancing. For those YouTube, if you weren't watching on YouTube,
We're doing the tango.
bloody get on there.
I was naked.
This bit, yeah, you took love to a whole new level. This segment is where we call usually a friend. Be
We're
tough
an
to call
enemy.
tough to call a foe. But we just have a bit of a yarn with them, and we decide that at some point we go, I love you, and then they have to say I love you too back. And if they do, they've joined us on said love train. At the moment, we've got I'm on the train.
You're on the train?
Toot toot. Joe's on the train.
Meep meep.
Riley's on the train.
I'm on the train.
Doesn't know the sound effects.
Then
We
we-
also
oh.
have Taylor and Alex Marchese,
Deep feelers.
who has joined us on the train thus far today. I've gone. Riley's gone today. Joe
Yeah.
Joey!
Trying to get my passenger.
is trying to bring on his companion.
Joey's got his hand outside the carriage, just ready to pick someone
Get
up.
on, buddy.
I love it. Who have we decided to call Josephine?
Ash.
Nice, dude.
My friend Ash.
Just say one name, man.
Ash Ketchum.
Can't wait to hear from Ash. Ash is a big fan of the show.
He is, yes. And we've called him before when we played Pick Up Please.
But
Did we?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember that.
am I right in saying that Ash hasn't been listening that recently, so he might not know what the Love
He
Train
might
is.
not know. He listens. He was listening. He was a Friday fiend.
We've only played Love Train twice.
What I'd love to do, and like I understand this segment's all about love and sometimes lust in this case, probably with a bit of Ash.
Oh yeah.
What I want to do is what I want to ask once we get the other confirmation. We yet to have someone who doesn't love us.
Mm.
Joe,
What do we do then?
Well, then the train's broken.
We
have to restart.
Yeah, we just do a bit of that and then we just let him. Well, let's just not talk it into existence. He's going to say love you. What
Oh,
I
yeah,
want
of
to
course,
ask
of
him
course.
is has he listened to episode 169 and did he hear
Yeah,
a
did,
peculiar error? That's what I'd love to know. Love to get someone on the line
Yeah.
who might be able to assist us. Joe, without any further ado, let's see if there's love in store for you. Here we go.
I'm so nervous.
Okay, let's go.
Don't break the train.
Are we going silent mode or do we just sit on?
Let's go silent
We're
mode.
going
Jackie.
silent mode. It's just
We're going dark. Bravo 6 going dark.
which you three? You're we probably went to silent mode a bit early. Here's Joey chatting to Ash.
Hey,
Yo, what's up?
I'm gonna get the tickets for that the spring thing next week, the seasons thing. I just wanted to check if you were still wanted to go. I'll just get all the tickets now.
Yeah, I'll just pay you then if you want to do that.
All right, too easy. Thank you very much. Oh, how was bowling?
Oh, dude, I was fucking cracked that first. Like, the first 5 throws, I was cracked. I got to 100 points by my 5th ball. I was on one.
Nice, very nice. All right.
Dude, I was talking about this with fucking Nick, bro. Like, they got to do bowling where it's paid by the hour. Like, if they do, like, Top Black, where you could just go for, like, pay by hour. I
Yeah,
feel
because the
like that's
games are
fucking
so
right.
expensive.
Yeah, it's like you got to fucking fork out 20 bucks for, like, 2 games. Last, like, 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. All right, too easy. Cool. I'll see you next Saturday then.
Wait, is it this upcoming Friday or the following Friday?
No, it's Saturday the 27th.
I haven't fucking clue what's going on. I thought it was Friday.
No,
I'm
it's
in.
Saturday. All right, too easy. See ya. Love you.
All right, later, boss.
Oh, he didn't say it. He didn't say it.
The train is over. But what's funnier? Surely he heard you say "I love you." Yeah. Was he clear enough?
Oh, you did sneak it in. It wasn't clear. See, when I did it, I really like punched it and left the room for air.
Did you say it loud enough for him to hear?
I think so.
That's
I said
not-
love you.
Nah, that's up to delivery. That's not. The train's broken.
Do we call him back and ask him if he heard?
How do we?
Call him straight back and just go, "Hey, did you hear Joe say I love you?" Then?
talk to him. You talk to
Okay,
him.
good. We'll do it. We'll do it. Yeah.
Oh no.
He's not going to answer. He's panicked. He's texting someone else going, "Joe just told me."
Yo, what's up?
Ashley, how are you? It's Jake and Riley here.
Hey, right. Magic, so I'm playing Fortnite, but go on.
Did you hear Joe just then as he went to say goodbye? Did he say anything peculiar then?
Yeah, he said love you.
And did you just decide that you didn't feel the same way, so you wouldn't say back?
No, I just, I already said my bye first. I couldn't follow it with 2 goodbyes. It's crazy.
I love it. I love that you're not backing over the goodbye, but you'll take the love. And he heard you. That was.
Yeah, you definitely heard it.
You're on the podcast, mate. We're recording at the moment. You've been on the podcast before, have you not?
So I presumed as much, bro. It was Monday now. I was like, they're probably doing the pod.
I love it. Quick question: are you up to date? Have you listened to episode 169?
Fuck, dude, no. Oh, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I listened to an episode and like,
This has got to be some of the
rough
most
phone
cutthroat stuff
rough card.
we've heard.
Not only have you not told us you love us,
You've quite
you
literally
hate us.
you've stepped on a sore wound, Ash.
you dug us in.
Dude, I swear I'm a real fan though. Like if anyone asks me about it, I'm like, oh man, you gotta listen to it. I haven't listened in weeks, but I gotta
he's just never. People go, "Oh, do you like the show?" He goes, "Yeah." I wouldn't say I love it. I just say I like it at best.
I love it. I like the episodes I'm in, but the rest are pretty good.
There you go. We love it.
Nice.
Well, we'll see you at the event. You know what? Next weekend, we're bloody pumped.
Oh fuck you boys, gonna be sick.
I love it.
Good
I
luck
love
with
you.
the Fortnite game.
Love you guys. Have fun.
See ya, Ash.
Bye.
What a superstar. He just.
So he heard it. He just
Yeah, that's my favourite bit. Is that he heard it and then went like, because in your mind you hear it,
of course.
you register it,
Yep.
and you make a decision whether or not you're gonna say it back. And I love that he was just like he stuck fat, he stuck true to his laurels and went,
He said it to you guys.
nah. True. Alrighty, boys. Very exciting indeed. Obviously, Junior Boy and I have been doing a little bit of radio for RTRFM 92.1 in Mount Lawley.
Yes.
And it's been going well. Almost too
Too
well.
well.
We want to up the stakes. We didn't do a podcast password last time we were there because, well, it's very early in the morning. We forgot. But what we want to do this time round to get Joey involved, because Joey's not doing radio at the
No,
moment.
no,
He
no.
thinks he's too good for
I
us.
was not invited.
Joe thinks. So to get him involved this week, we've decided we've got a stint coming up, and we've decided the best way to get Joey involved would be to do a cross-platform challenge.
Oh my gosh.
And we have asked Joe.
Wee mama.
We have asked Joe this week to provide us with 5 words for us to use during a single break
Oh my gosh.
at RTR.
Wait, one break?
Yeah. How hard have you made it? Like, we can't say over the journey. I think it has to be all within one.
Yeah, it has to be within
Yeah, I
basically one.
I could do one based on every word that you're about to say.
Okay,
I could
yeah.
do a whole
In one
break.
break. How long's a break usually?
5 minutes.
5.
Maximum 5. I don't think we've ever. I think if we're pushing. Yeah. Anyway, what we want to do is we want to hear what you're going with.
Yep.
We're basically going to take note of that. We're going to go into the radio station in a couple of days. We're going to pick a break that we're going to do them. We're going to film it. And then next week, when we come back into the studio, Joe, we'll bring you our break and we'll see
listen to
how
that.
we went. And then the following week, it'll be Riley's turn because we're sort of taking it one by one at the moment. We'll see how many we can get off.
Okay.
First word that needs to be used on RTRFM is...
Twinkie.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, I like it.
That's
the
easy.
famous American confectionery.
That's good. Okay, we can run with that.
The second one. Serendipitous.
Oh, what does that mean?
Serendipitous is
nervous.
something almost like a coincidence, but it's a bit more. So serendipity is a movie where the word is used, where this person writes his phone number in a book, in
Yeah.
a news book, and it's like, if the girl, or maybe it's the other way around, but if the girl finds it, then they can call them. So they always go into a used bookstore and looks for this book.
Right.
So it's like by chance kind of thing.
Okay.
All right.
The next one, Kevin Rudd.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. That was that
Political.
that noise came out of my mouth without me meaning, which makes me quite nervous. So I got to say serendipity, Kevin Rudd,
And Twinkie.
Twinkie.
and Twinkie.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've got 2 more words.
That's what's making me scared. Here we go.
Giraffe.
All right. Yeah.
And the final one, appendix.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, that is
Apparently, Kevin and Rudd had
a giraffe.
serendipitous appendix last week.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think you'll be able to do 'em.
Do you think I will? I reckon I will. I'm fucking crafty as. I'll be
Yeah.
able to come up with that. I'm going to go one step further. I'm not even going to prepare. I'm just going to do it on the fly, I reckon.
Oh my
You
god.
need to do them in order,
In order?
with no words in between. Nah, not really. You don't have to do them in order.
Not in order and not in consecutive.
I don't think it's. They think that you're having a sort of an
Stroke.
attack. Yeah.
Okay,
A
well,
stroke
no,
of genius.
I like it. So the words that we have for me to say on RTRFM this week. I wonder if anyone's listening.
From RTL.
Yeah. Twinkie,
No.
serendipitous, Kevin Rudd, giraffe, and appendix. This time next week, we'll see if JK has succeeded or failed in our first attempt, our cross-platform attempt at Word Bingo.
Word bingo, I love it.
Alrighty, boys, this type of stuff that Joey's about to talk to us about makes me quite excited.
It's a little bit spooky.
Yeah, that's what I like
It's
about
a little bit a close encounter of the third kind.
it. Is it serendipitous?
It is actually kind of serendipitous.
He's already used one of the words.
It's Kevin Rudd.
It's Twinkie.
You're a Twinkie.
So I was relaxing on a Sunday morning. I was minding my own business. This was yesterday,
Nice.
right before the big app.
Easy like a Sunday morning.
Easy like a Sunday morning when I hear the ratatata. I knock on the door. Poppy is losing her mind, and I head out to investigate what this noise could be.
Bobby
Okay.
the dog.
I have a sense that there's a knock on the door. It is. I see a figure through the glass.
You see a what?
A figure through the glass. I open the door, and there's a woman standing there.
That's
I
how we like
I shut
it.
the door so Poppy doesn't get out.
Is the one you?
Joey,
Am I the girl you ordered?
I'm standing there face to face with this woman,
I never thought the link would work.
and I couldn't believe.
It's true. They are in my area.
I couldn't believe what came out of her mouth.
Whoa,
Oh,
what do you
shit.
put in there?
Boom.
You dirty dog.
Wow.
Yes, sexy
I'm
Lord.
looking
Oh.
for a psychic,
Oh.
for a clairvoyant.
Right.
So she's a
And
kinky
I
one.
said, I usually charge 150. No, not really. She said, I'm looking for a clairvoyant. And I was like, there's not one here. And she's like, she's got long red hair and she lives in the area.
Surely
So it
not.
is a side banner kind of
So
thing. We
she's
weren't
doing
that far.
cold calls. She's trying to hunt down this woman.
And I,
Is the clairvoyant centre like
well, that's the thing. I don't know.
an address or just going, I live in this suburb? Good luck.
Maybe
My powers will draw you in. You'll be able to feel me.
she seemed a little bit, she seemed quite like kind of distraught. Like she was like, do you know where she could be? This red-haired clairvoyant in the area? And I was like, I don't know.
I just know there's a sexy local.
I was like, I don't know anyone around. I've never seen anyone around here with long red hair.
Yeah, we usually keep them out. The gingers.
Yeah, and then she was like, oh, okay. And then her husband or whatever was like in the car across the road. And then,
Oh, so she's not just like roaming the streets.
no, they came up directly to our house. I don't know if it's because it's got a like orangey ceiling, roof. Maybe she thought
No, it's the
the message has been mistranslated in the stars. But yeah, she had no idea. And I was
What a
like, this
reach.
clairvoyant needs to sort her shit out.
She just needs to find her address, I
She's
think.
got paying customers looking for her. But then I thought maybe it's like a traineeship. The
Right.
clairvoyant says, look, I'm ready to take on an apprentice.
Find me.
Red hair, this general location. And if
Fine.
you find me,
Start
you're ready.
Start Tuesday.
you are ready to be clairvoyant. Because
So
clairvoyant,
what
is,
ended up happening?
Yeah,
You just
ready
sent her
to
on her
be-
way
she just walked off and I was like,
with any like apology or
no, not really. She was just, because even she was like, she was like, I'm looking for a clairvoyant with red hair and she lives in the area. And I was just kind of, I didn't really know what to say. And I like,
Standing there in your
I like
red
looked
wig.
around and I was like trying to think. I was like, have I ever seen anyone with this description? And I like looked around. I looked down the street kind of thing. And then she like kind of peered out where I was looking as well. Like I was gonna spot her. There she is.
you would handle that situation so much better
Right.
than me. If I came to the door and someone asked me, like they said exactly that, they're like, hey, I'm looking for a redheaded clairvoyant.
Yeah.
I would just be such a smart ass back. Like,
You found me.
like they would just be no. I wouldn't look. I'd just be like, do you do this at every house? Like, what are you waiting
Yeah.
for? This is bizarre.
It was
I'd be very
so-
blunt with her.
It seemed like we were the first one that she knocked on.
Yeah,
Because it wasn't like, oh, I've been looking all around.
how bizarre.
It was so strange. And then I went back inside and I was like, what the hell? And then I come inside and I'm telling mum about it. I was like, this
She took a redheaded wig
woman is
off.
looking for a clairvoyant. And then mum was just watching bloody Weekend Sunrise. And then it cuts to the, they did like a news cross.
Yeah.
No
And the
way.
woman on the screen.
No.
She was a bird expert, but she had long red hair.
Oh.
my God.
It was very peculiar.
It was serendipitous.
It was very
I'm
serendipitous.
getting good at this.
Yeah, but she was just a bird expert. Also, a kind of strange lady.
That's what they call you.
bird expert. Yeah. That's my number plate. But yeah, it got me thinking. Maybe this clairvoyant was sending me a message.
Oh my god.
Not really, but I did always think it would be interesting to do a psychic thing. I personally don't believe, but I think we could do like an empirical study
I like it.
where I always thought, because I know when you go to, I've had friends who have gone to it, and Dad has also gone.
Dad
to
has gone. We've mentioned that on the pod before. I'm
Dad's
sure.
medium, and she made predictions about us.
Yes.
And this was years ago now.
Yes.
So I would like to see if they came true. Did she foresee the rash?
I love that. I think that is something we'll have to obviously ask Dad for his permission, but it would be interesting to find the tape,
5 bits of the tape.
play it back, and see how we go. And if it's good, because are you a believer?
No, but I'm willing to be persuaded.
Are you a believer?
No. I think maybe there's like 2 people in the world who could be psychic, but not no one in Frio.
That's very
It just doesn't sit
specific.
right with me.
Very specific. Yeah, I could definitely be swayed. I have never really believed in any of this sort of stuff ever, but I don't know if I've told you, I've had like ghost spirits touch me in the last like month.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
dude.
Do you have a
Do
carbon
you have to
monoxide detector in your house?
Do you have to pay for that?
We'll talk about it off air.
But like when we were at Nan's the other day, someone definitely grabbed me on the calf, which I thought was a little bit.
You always do
Someone-
the calf. I reckon he's got calf issues.
He's
from
got-
the knee.
And then
Yeah.
and then, but the other
Hamstring.
day I was here in the front room, and there was definitely a tug of my shirt. I turned around, and thought it was the cat
Tug of your what?
on my shirt. Cat was nowhere to be seen.
So what do you think it was?
I don't know. Spirit. Potentially. I've never thought of it. I've never been a fan of this. I don't rate it at all. I don't believe in it. But there's been a handful of things that have happened recently,
Super scary.
which is making me think. So if we get permission, we'll play a bit of Frankie Max from way back. We'll obviously we won't play the whole thing.
No.
We'll just pick and choose bits
The
that
good bits.
we think are probably fit for air.
Because she talked about, Dad asked him about us.
Yeah.
Legend. We got a bit of a free psychic reading.
And then I think
Shut up.
if we enjoy, if we notice that it's pretty accurate, or if there are any themes that emerge,
Yeah, because when people,
maybe we will look into doing it ourselves in the
'Cause
coming weeks.
when people get a reading, obviously they say, "Oh, there's great fortune in the future." That's easy to say at the time, but now we're living in the future.
Yeah, let's run it back.
Yeah.
One thing that concerns me about this, though, we've done the show for 174 weeks.
Correct.
There's a lot that she could research about us online.
We
That's just like
would love a new
openly
listener.
on the platform.
We would love a new
But you
listener.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Though, like
If
she
it costs
might
$1.50, I think we'll take
Does she
it.
need Manscaped?
she might do like Facebook searches of people, find their relatives, and be like, "Oh, Jennifer's in the room." It's like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah. Which is why I'll use my fake name,
Toby.
Joseph.
There you go. Yeah, no, I rate it. I
We'll
don't
see
think
how
they're
we
doing
go.
as much research as you think. And maybe if we book under an alias, we all just book under like
Ooh.
MacPack.
John Doe.
Yeah, just go. Yeah, because I don't want to give them any.
You don't want to give him fuel.
Nah.
But let's listen back to
Yeah,
what.
fake name. I like giving him a fake name.
Let's listen back to what
I'm-
happened with.
Wembenyama.
Let's listen back to what happened with Dad's one years ago. We'll see if it's at all accurate before we
Yeah.
decide to pay some random lady hundreds of dollars to tell us absolute wives' tales. Righty, boys, it's time for our favourite weekly segment. It's our only weekly segment. It's time for our Everyday Hero. And no, it dawned on me today that if you're listening for the first time, we just always rush through that and say Everyday Hero, thinking that it speaks for itself. Sometimes it might not. If this is your first ever episode, we've been doing the Everyday Hero since episode 1. Correct?
Yeah.
Mike's on.
I swear we explained it not that long ago.
Yeah, but we've got to do it quite frequently because we get new listeners all the time.
It's our favourite weekly segment.
It's our
Our
favourite
only
weekly
weekly
segment.
segment.
Basically, what we do is each week one of us will
commercial.
come to the pod with a story of a good deed story that has taken place in our lives that we have either been impacted by or witnessed to.
Because there's a lot of bad things that happen in the world, but we don't like to focus
We
on
like
that.
to sprinkle it with a little bit of organic origami positivity.
Yeah, yeah. You don't have to be a.
Oregano?
What was the
Oregano.
Origami.
It's not. It's not. Was there was a motto, wasn't there? It's like
Probably.
you're not a hero every day. You're just an everyday hero. Yeah, that's it.
There, that's it. Well done.
Get that tattooed on
We
my
used
cock.
it. We've used it heaps since we come up with it, obviously. Now this week it is my turn.
Yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't fit, I don't reckon. The tattoo. Let me see the
The tally.
tally.
I just added it.
tally of the rally. So this year we're doing. Joe was pretty good last. 160 episodes at not ever doing one. So
I've got
holding.
6, Jake's got 5, and Riley's got 8.
Wow, I thought I had way less than you, but incredibly, and this is probably a pattern. Even though I feel like I've had none, Joe's only had one more than me, which speaks volumes about why we're doing the tallying. This week, I've changed my jobs somewhat recently,
Yeah.
and as a new employee at said business,
Ooh.
I don't have to drive to this place anywhere near as frequently as I had to go to the other. I had to go to the other place 5 days a week, drive there every day.
You
It's
got
a
a
slog.
How
hey?
traditional.
you got a
how,
chauffeur now.
how boring.
What
doing
time does
that.
the driver pick you up?
He takes the giraffe there.
And so what ended up happening was prior to the new job, a lot of my stories, a lot of my heroes in particular, there was a general theme to them.
Yeah,
Go on.
a lot of complaints about this from the panel.
They would often come the front seat of my car.
On
Yep.
South Street.
I
South Street,
I
the
would
same
see
road.
I would often see specific people doing good deeds
Like
and go bloody hell.
singing in the car.
Did I use singing in the car?
That was one. Probably multiple times.
Yeah, dancing in the car. I like people who dance in the car. They're not afraid to show a little bit of enthusiasm. This person wasn't dancing. I was on Phoenix Road. So for those playing along at home, anyone living in Perth, you might have an idea. Anyone living outside of Perth, you definitely won't. You definitely won't. Google it. It's a long road. Now, I was traveling to work. This is at the old job. This is quite a throwback. Throwing it back. It takes place at an intersection, as often
As they all do.
On this occasion, I'm traveling down Phoenix Road. I think it is the corner of Phoenix and Stock Road. Quite important to the story. And on this occasion, I've pulled up and noticed to my right where the traffic should be streaming past. It isn't. It's a green light. No one's fucking moving. There's a police car behind them all. And he's bloody gone and chucked his lights on, hasn't he, the cheeky bastard?
Oh,
Which I'm finding, just quickly, is that a rule where if police put the sirens on, they have to be going to somewhere that they need the sirens for, yeah?
They need to move urgently.
Because I have seen on multiple occasions a police vehicle travel through, come up to an intersection where it's a red light, chuck the lights on, get through the intersection, turn the lights off. And slow down. And I've gone, I think you're taking
suck.
the piss.
Look, they could be abusing their power in worse ways, so I'll take the...
Because, obviously they
take
could
the
be
red
like,
light.
oh, yeah, I was the guy who had to get there. And then I got through and it was like, oh, no, then Jono called and he's going to do it instead. So, conveniently, it's not me anymore. But also, who likes sitting around waiting at traffic?
Yeah.
And I think they
Got to get to the next donut.
Now, on this occasion, there was a reason that there was a whole lot of hoopla, was that the person in the second car, so the light goes green. This is how I know the light goes green. The light goes green, the first car goes. Second car doesn't go, there's tooting. And then the person throws on the hazard lights and is quite scared. It was an old lady, really. It was an old lady.
Yep.
And what ended up happening was her car had essentially just broken down. The man was parked behind,
Yep.
got out to help, and he rolled her into...
He rolled her into the boys.
No, he just rolled her and took her car. No, he rolled her into the slipstream, up the slipstream, and then out onto the grassy verge.
The grassy knoll.
In a true act of,
So you pushed her car?
Yeah, got out, managed to, take it around the little island.
Was she helping?
What was he
Sorted
doing it by
out.
himself?
Yeah.
He pushed a 3-ton car.
Well, she was in it. You could put it in neutral. You can push the car.
3 ton and 60 kilos.
But once it's rolling, it's fine.
All right, buddy. You
And
pushed
then
3 tons. Once
Essentially,
it's
what ended up happening was, so this lady's bloody going up the hill.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was like, this is a bit freaky because he's gone from the straight line. He's gone into the little V curve where you don't have to wait at the lights. It's just like a giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
And he's taking the car through there.
No, you don't wait at lights.
And so the car, because there's other people. So imagine they're all in this line. Someone wants to turn left, but he
Someone-
can't because there's a man pushing a car. So caused a bit of a traffic jam. Police got involved to some degree and just sort of
arrested him.
well, initially,
That's not your car, buddy.
that's jaywalking, Brother Mingo. And I don't know, they put their lights on and then they worked out what was going on and they got out to assist, which I thought was quite nice.
Pepper spray to the face.
And that's the hero for this week. The funniest is the bloke who got out of his car to help someone who was in need. The funniest thing I thought, because how frequently do you see that?
I've done it.
Have you?
Livingston.
Yeah, Livingston,
that's
yeah.
right. You pushed a car. It took you ages. It took you 6
We were
blokes.
going up the curve, and up the hill.
Yeah, so he was just going out of the way, which was quite nice. I went, obviously, taking this same path to and from work each day. The following day I went there.
Same guy.
The same shit happened to someone else.
What the hell?
And I was like, what are the chances of there being 2 breakdowns at the same intersection? But this time it was in the middle of the intersection. The person who had the car could not suss it, so they had to go through the intersection, turn left.
And where was the car push guy?
I don't know what happened
He
this
was
time.
slacking off this
Yeah,
time.
he wasn't
Not an
there.
everyday hero.
He wasn't there. He just a singular
A
day.
singular hero every day. Whatever the thing is.
Anyway, that's why this week's Everyday Hero is going to the young man who assisted an old lady push her car to safety. Alrighty, boys. We mentioned it when we were chatting to Ash earlier, but
Yes.
very excited. The team at Seasons, who we are fantastic friends of here on the podcast, they've helped us out a great deal.
They've been on the pod.
They have been on the pod. You guys should be well and truly acquainted. You can go back to episode,
Uh-oh.
whatever one says Seasons in the title.
With
Jared and Tay.
Yeah, with James
Festival
Tay.
Day with Jared and Tay. There you go. I can't tell you the number, but I can tell you the title. Fantastic young lads that are starting a brand new venture
Hell yeah.
called Spring. And it's on Queen Street in Perth.
The Perth City, yes.
In Perth City. And it basically it's turning like a festival vibe. It's giving festival vibes to what is essentially a venue.
Ooh.
You can go for food, drinks, and a little bit of kick-ons. All
Dance
at
floor, baby.
said venue. It's going to be very fun. It's going to be very vibrant. It's a great way to close out like the summer, you'd imagine.
Yes, it is.
We're very excited.
It's going to be open from Wednesday to Sundays. Absolutely massive.
Prime
Perfect.
time to get in.
And when is it opening up?
Well, that's the exciting thing. That's what we're talking about with Ash is that Spring on Queen is actually going to be open next weekend on Friday the 26th. Friday the 26th, Friday the 27th, and Friday the 28th is all of their launch parties.
party!
You can head to the link in our little bio and chase up some tickets. They're only $10 to get entry. And then your body's sorted. You get some food, get some drinks while you're in there.
Yes, too easy. $10 plus booking fee.
And booking fee, yeah. BF,
Yeah, 10 and BF.
10 and BF. They often get questions. They often get DMs about
But
$10 for a butt. $10 plus best friend. What's that mean?
oh.
It's the booking fee. So I think the dues come to $13. If you can't pay that $13, we don't want
Stay
you.
home,
We
buddy.
just don't want you there. All right, enjoy. So yes, next weekend is the launch. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 26th, 27th, and 28th of January is the launch party for Spring on Queen. We hope to see you there. We'll be there throughout the weekend.
I'll be there with Ash.
No doubt, getting absolutely sauced. And now that we've done this, we're probably getting sauce for free. High fives, high fives, high fives. No high fives. All right, boys, as we finished last week
With a cheeky joke.
with one of the absolute greatest knee slappers of all time, I told a joke. The first ever joke of the week. And essentially, is that the button?
Yep, yeah.
And essentially, what we're going to do each and every week for those playing along for the first time, firstly, welcome. Secondly, we're doing Joke of the Week for 2024. I did the first one last week.
Yep.
And then basically what we do is we tell the joke and then we just get out, right? We say thanks so much for listening.
Yep.
Catch you later. We like to leave you on a high. Or potentially a low.
Try our
'cause
best.
Joe's doing the joke this week.
Are we going to rank you last week?
Yeah, that was what was mentioned. We want a rating out of 5 from you, Joe. We want a rating out of 5 from you, Riley, on last week's joke that centered around a World Cup final. If you haven't already listened to it, go back to last week's episode. It is definitely a chance to make
Definitely,
you
yeah, joke.
potentially smirk, maybe.
Potential exhale.
Joe, out of 5, what are we giving said first joke?
So it's hard because it was the first joke, so we don't know exactly what the standard is.
Correct. There's
But
no benchmark.
I would like to imagine the highs are high. The highs are very high.
Right.
Okay.
So that's why I'm giving this joke a 2 out of 5.
That is quite a harsh, and that will be noticed and reflected in your scoring.
Next week.
Riley, what would you give my joke
Look,
out of 5?
the best part about your joke, Jake, is that it had
Don't say that it ended.
no,
Best part about your joke was the first time I heard it.
it had a 3-act structure. There was a bit of emotion in there.
There was
I
a lot
felt
of emotion.
sad because there was a funeral mentioned.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't spoil the joke for those that don't listen.
so I'm gonna lock in a 3 out of 5. It's
Okay,
just
so
it's a
it
pass
gets a
mark.
That is
5
great
out
for
of
five,
10.
yeah.
It's a
But
5 out of
that's-
10.
Which is a good score. That's a
Surprisingly, actually, it's actually the best score we've ever gotten as well.
five.
So it's
Bravo, and
number
also the
one.
worst.
It's the number 1 joke this week. Before we get into it, Joe has gone. We've spent the whole budget on this one. It is out. It's time for the MacPacks Joke of the Week. Joe, wow. How much do we pay for that? Too much. Wow.
It's not in the public domain.
Shit
Who
the
would have thought?
bed and call me Sally. Joe, how much pressure? Like, I know you've had some big moments on this week's episode. You had to call your friend Ash. He
Hates ya.
yeah, he quite literally said.
Didn't invite you to bowling either.
Yeah, there's a few moments. We'll have to.
Didn't invite you to the Fortnite party.
I have to unpack all of this. Are you
Meanwhile,
friends?
He's He's bowling and playing Fortnite. What a life.
He worked, Ash.
On a Monday night.
Yeah, but he's a tradie. Plus, it was really hot today, so probably early knock off.
Oh,
what does he
no
do?
wonder.
He's a electrician.
Oh, right. Good on him. Good on him. I'll be calling him up. Got some electrical work
Alright.
needed done.
Here we go. Very exciting. Joe's debut on Joke of the Week.
My favourite sting. Leave it there because we might use it.
I don't think we're gonna. I think we got to pay a subscription. no.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
only
yeah.
get 2
That's
Rip
it.
in, Joey. Let's do it.
A woman gets on a bus with her baby.
Oh, I know this one.
No jumping in. That's the rule. No
sorry.
jumping in.
I'll start again. A woman gets on the bus with her baby. The bus driver says, "That is the ugliest baby that I've ever seen." Ugh. The woman goes to the rear of the bus and sits down. She's absolutely fuming. She says to the man next to her, "The driver just insulted me." And the man says to her, No, you're not going to take that from him. You go right up there and you give him a piece of your mind. You tell him off. Go up there and sort him out. I'll hold your monkey for you.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah,
That's
one of my favorites.
that is really good.
Have you heard that before?
Nah.
Oh, really? I
love
remember
it.
that being like a year 5 classic zing.
Yeah, it's a good
I told it at my year 6 camp. Fucking pulled the house down, mate.
It's a classic joke. Yeah.
I like it. No, that was funny, Joe. I appreciate
It's one of my
that.
all-time
That
faves.
was
All right,
good.
let's wrap the pod on a high.
I'm just going to rip some Ricky Gervais gear next week.
Yeah, we'll probably get cancelled.
No, great joke.
Thanks.
Big fan. We'll obviously digest it.
And we'll
Come back with some pretty harsh criticism next week. No, I think I'm a great audience member. I don't think the delivery's gonna be. I'm just very passionate. I love this. Love your work. All right,
And
boys.
next week.
Until we do this time next week, stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to.
Go give your mum a hug.
It's Chuff and Our, but not forever.